All right, so this is the bar we're going to be making today. It is a gorgeous bar. It just screams springtime. It has an awesome essential oil that we added to it, ylang ylang, and it is just gorgeous. Like that. That's what I wanted.
Hello goat lovers, Crystal here with Blue Cactus Dairy Goats, and spring is in the air. So not only are we getting excited because baby goats are just 19 days away, we're also getting excited because our spring soap line is about to be released. So with our spring soap line this year, I actually added a new bar, and it's really exciting, and I really love the way it turned out. So we're gonna make that with you guys here today.
All right, so this is the bar we're going to be making today. It is a gorgeous bar. It just screams springtime.
I am especially excited about this bar because it is made with ylang ylang organic essential oil. There's studies that show it helps regenerate skin cells and just keeps you looking younger longer. So who doesn't love that? We do have a limited supply of this bar that we did call Spring. So our spring bar is available right now, but again, it's very limited. So if you guys want to try it out before the rest of them are released with the spring line here in a couple weeks, go ahead and do so. They won't last long. All right, so we're going to start making the soap. So we're going to start with the amazing essential oil, ylang ylang. Now this oil is literally the most expensive essential oil that I use, but it's well worth it. Not to mention it smells so pretty. It's just such a pretty flower and a very gorgeous scent. So you guys are gonna love it.
All right, so we are gonna put this organic ylang ylang into my mixed oils here.
Okay, so from here, what I have are some clays.
For starters, I have green clay and spirulina in this jar. And I have white kaolin clay in this container. So I also have a small container and it's green clay and spirulina as well, looking for the same green color, but this is gonna be for the topping. And then I just have two empty containers because I'm going to pour some batter in, and then this one is gonna end up being yellow, so I'm going to use some annatto.
Okay, so just a little trick. I don't want this to get super thick on me, and that's kind of always the theme, to be honest, unless it's just a single color and you're pouring it in the mold. But to get the clays to mix into the soap batter a lot easier, what I'm gonna do is add some of my oils already mixed up into the clays, and then I'm going to stir that in so that it's liquefied. You got all the lumps out already, and then it just kind of blends in real smoothly so you don't have to blend it with the stick blender for life.
So it's just equal parts of the dry ingredient to the oil. Perfect. And now just this little container here. Okay, so I'm going to start with the white, just so I don't have to use more utensils than needed. So the white, I can just take this spoon and go right back over to my green clay and spirulina. So again, this is just to make it a little bit easier when you're starting to blend it into the soap batter, because the longer you blend with the stick blender, the thicker it's going to get on you really quick. See? So it just kind of makes a liquid out of it, and obviously that's gonna blend in a lot easier than powders. Okay, one last little guy here. Done. And now we are ready for the dough's lovely milk. Thank you, ladies. Just pour that milk right into your oils. Set this to the side because we'll use this container. And then we are just going to blend until it is all together and creamy.
I'm gonna pour the lye solution in, but I'm not going to blend it yet. I'm actually gonna hold off to blend it until it's all in the containers. So what I'm gonna do is just stir the lye in really, really well and make sure it is all completely incorporated together, the oils, the milk, and the lye, before I pour it into the containers and start blending. So here we go.
Okay. Now you can use a spatula, or you just kind of stir it around with your stick blender, and once it's all incorporated together, you'll be able to see the color change. So if you guys can see that, if you see this lighter oil kind of on the top, obviously it's not well blended just yet. And get down in those corners. Make sure you get it all together before you pour it in to the other containers. Okay, perfect. And this is where I use my other container, because it's going to hold my dirty stick blender here. There. Where are you? Perfect.
So now we have all of our containers, and I still have to add the annatto to 2 of them.
This little guy is just gonna get about 6. And I say about because this stuff just likes to come out more than you want it to. So 2, and this one's getting like 28. Okay, that was good.
Okay, this is some serious staining stuff, so you gotta be careful with annatto, but it is absolutely one of my favorite natural ingredients to add for coloring for the soap. So, love you some annatto if you make soap. Okay, now so per usual, I'm just going to go with the lighter color first and move my way up. So we'll do the white, and then we'll do the yellows, and then we'll do the greens because they're darker.
Lovely. Okay, now we're gonna do this little yellow. Now for these little containers, it is gonna be part of my topping, so I need this to stay as runny as possible for as long as possible, even more so than the big containers, because it's the last step. So I'm not blending a lot here. You know what I did, you guys? I'm gonna take that out. Oh, I saved myself. Here I was yakking at you, and I almost did the green instead of this one first. The green, kind of tilting it. There's very little soap in here, or batter, so I don't want a bunch of air. Okay, that's good. And our last one. So in the white portion of the soap batter, I'm going to add just a little bit of poppy seeds.
And a little goes a long way, believe it or not. So not only does it give a really awesome light exfoliant, it also looks really cool. So, and of course its little poppy seeds are flower seeds, so it's fitting for springtime. And so if you can just see, so they'll just be mixed out throughout. So looking cool, huh? Love it. Oh, and I did want to say too, this color here, I know I've said yellow, you guys saw the bar, it's obviously yellow. So a lot of the colors actually change once the saponification happens, and then even more so once you cut the bars and start curing it and the air can get to it. So this will absolutely be yellow. It's not going to be this orange color that it is now. And then of course this will be wider and the green gets darker, so there you go. All right, so ready for the mold. So the first one that goes down is going to be our green, and it's just gonna go down in the bottom, so we'll just start pouring it. And I want half and half. So I had 8 cups, which means I'm shooting for 4 in each. Oh, it smells good, guys. Alright, so I'm just going to eyeball it, just to make sure it looks about even. Alright, and now we are going to do the yellow. Now, annatto loves to thicken your soaps up, so if you guys see that, like that's so much thicker than the green already. And then Ylang Ylang loves to do what's called ricing in your soap. Batter. So all it is it's just starting to clump up. You wouldn't notice it unless you tried to pour it or something like that. But all you got to do to make sure it doesn't start looking like it's clumpy and just ricing on you, all you got to do is stir. And then you're good to go. So here we go. I don't want this to go completely down to the bottom of this batter here, and since it's so thin, I'm just gonna pour the yellow over top of my spatula. And again, we're looking for half and half here. So it just helps it stay on top a little bit better with the spatula, and it's not puncturing the soap necessarily, because I'm gonna take my hanger swirl, and I want to be the one who decides where I puncture the soap through each other. Okay, just a little more. Alright, so then I just kind of smooth her out, right? Trying to see where I'm at here. And it already looks even, but I'm going to add a little to both. That looks good. Okay, and so now we have our white, and because it's also been sitting, I'm going to just give it a little bit of a stir. Make sure it's nice and smooth when it comes pouring out. And same thing, I don't want it to puncture through necessarily. Not yet. So I will use the spatula here. Okay, so I'm going to do about that much. You guys would be surprised, even with super runny soap, that spatula will really help to keep it from breaking through the other colors. And just lay right on top if that is in fact where you want it to be. I love the poppy seed, you guys. I just think it really adds to the bar. Okay, I'm bringing these back into play here real quick just because I don't want them thick like I said, and they're already getting thicker than I want it to be already, so I'm going to move quick just because of this. And find a spoon. If you stir them, I'll finally get out what I'm trying to say. If you stir them and keep them moving, they won't harden up on you as quick. So I'm just going to keep them over here close by so I can give them a stir here and there until I'm ready for them. Okay, So this hanger here is what's going to give me the swirl I am after, and I'll show you how I do it. So there's lots of different ways that you can actually use this hanger to make different types of swirls in the soap. And this particular one I'll show you. I'm just going to kind of go up and down and up and down and up and down throughout the soap. So here we go. Go along the edge. See, it's already messing with me. Get over here. Just slightly over, come up, just slightly over again, go back down, and all the way through the soap. We're going to do this. And then, in between those spots, I am going to go down again and come back up. So kind of where I didn't already do this, I'm going back through to do it in those spots. Okay, and then we go down. I'm going to come all the way over. Look at you messing with me. And up. Okay, and then to keep all the soap in the correct mold, I will just do that. Okay, now this one. All right. Down, over, and out. And that is going to give us a beautiful design on the inside. So now, what I'm gonna do is just go back through with this handy dandy spatula and just pat it all down, because you want to make sure there's no air bubbles. Obviously anything you put into the soap could absolutely incorporate air, and you don't want that. So you're just gonna go through, and you don't have to worry about the design, it's still gonna be there. You know, don't go crazy, don't put your spatula all the way down to the bottom, because then it's not gonna be there. But so now just gonna kind of shake it. I just want to kind of make sure it's even on each end, since I've been moving it around. I'm also going to go through and clean my molds, because that's how I roll. I prefer them clean on the edges. It just makes unmolding so much easier, and also there's no reason for them to be messy. Okay, so now I always fill my molds to the top, and if you guys can notice, there is just a little bit of a lip all the way around, and that's normal, because here are these soaps I forgot to stir. We're going to add a lot more soap to the top of it. On one side though, so I'm going to go through here. I'm actually going to use this one, it'll be better, and just kind of put a little more of the soap up on one side. So, because where I add all the extra soap is going to be over here. All right. And perfect. All right, now this one. Check me out. That's actually kind of a cool topping, you guys. I have to try a new bar, eh? Now, for this side, before I add the other soap to this part, I am just going to take my skewer and swirl around so it has the pretty swirl look to it. I really truly love those poppy seeds in the white. It just fits. I just love it. And this is the part I really need to start moving on. Okay, so these colors are actually going to go yellow down first and green on top. All right, so I'm going to put big blobs like so, all the way down the soap. Okay, so now this part is the part I get on myself about because I always want it to look a certain way and sometimes it doesn't. So I'm looking to just kind of swoosh it and it leaves this little of soap right onto the white. So here we go. Like that. That's what I wanted. Now, if I could just continue to get it. Look at it. Oh my gosh, and it's on camera. That's usually when things go wrong. So here we're doing good. Love that. Okay, so the yellow's good. Now for the green. And same kind of thing, but I'm going to do it right there in the middle of the yellow swoopies, whatever you want to call them, soap swoopies. It's a thing. Trademark that. Maybe just a little on the edges here, so they're not left out. Just a little guy there, a little guy there. Okay, same thing. Here we go. Wish me luck. I love it. That's what I wanted. My hand, the thickness of the soap, all of it actually worked out really well for me. All right. Check her out. So this is such a fun new soap. I love it. All right, you guys, so easy peasy. This is the new spring bar that we have that we did also name spring. So it is a lovely bar. You guys are going to love what Ylang Ylang can do for your skin. Not to mention the awesome blue cactus goat milk that's added into these bars. There are limited supplies of these bars still in our Etsy shop, you guys. So if you want to try it out before the spring soap line hits the shop, head on over there quickly because they're not going to last long. And other than that, we will see you all again soon.